plus some very important people with us as well. How's it going, everybody? Mike Janella here for Wild Lives. Welcome to Little Things. Then we have with me this week, Natalie Levine, who is the Director of Brand and Marketing for Stonyfield. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. We also have CEO of the Columbus Zoo, coming all the way from Columbus here to New York. Thank you very much, Tom Stolf. How are you?
Yes, I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. And introduce us to one of our main attractions today. Who do we have?
Yeah, well, this is Halibut, and she is an African penguin. She's enjoying herself
with an
right
itchy
now.
head right now.
She's just preening away, having just a fun time, and we're going to highlight some endangered species. Unfortunately, where they're found, they're in trouble. And so through conservation efforts, we're going to save the African penguin. It's funny because first of all, when people would see a penguin, the first thing that they want to say is, must be a cold-weathered bird, right? Yep. But out of the 17 different species, only 4 or 5 live in the Antarctic, and the rest are tropical. So this is a tropical bird. It loves it when it's 85 or 90 degrees outside.
Wow, I had no idea.
They're only found in the southern tip of Africa, so South Africa and Namibia. And at one time, there were 80, 100,000 pairs. Now we're down to about less than 25,000 pairs of these highly endangered birds. You know, I want you to be connected to this penguin. And
can I pet it?
Absolutely.
Can I get really connected here?
Absolutely. No, that's fine.
I'm a friend.
She's just saying hello.
Oh, hey,
yeah.
how are you?
How soft is that?
Super. I did not expect it to feel this way. It looks a little bit sharper, I guess, because of the light off of its.
So when they're
so soft.
When they're first hatched, no feathers at all, maybe the little downy white feathers, they'd sink like a rock if they would ever go in the water. But soon they get their immature plumage and here's some interesting facts. More feathers than any other bird in the world.
No kidding.
Isn't that amazing?
I would not have guessed that.
And they can't fly, but they'll have an oil gland on the base of their tail, and they're constantly preening, just like you're doing right there, and that's oil base. And what'll happen is that will repel the water. So when they jump in to swim, they can't fly unless they're in the water. Then they can travel 40, 45 miles an hour looking for squid and fish and staying away from predators. It's absolutely amazing. So they use their wings to move left, move right. They just fly around in the water looking for fish and squid. They're also camouflaged, believe it or not. That black on their back and the white on their chest, when they're in the water and a predator, maybe an orca, is looking up to get them, they will just see white from the light, and they're able to get away.
Ah, so that's where the two-tone comes in.
Absolutely.
Looking at it from below versus from above.
That's exactly right. And
something new every day.
Every penguin has different spots on their chest. It's just like our fingerprint. When we invest in conservation, we want to make sure that we're moving that needle. Yeah. And when we look at these species, think about this. Because they're only found in southern Africa, if there's an oil spill, if there's a tanker that runs aground, that's the only place that they live. It could wipe out their complete collection or the entire species. So we want to protect them. So this is a clouded leopard. Her name is Hope. She's 2 months old and a highly endangered animal. So, you know, a few weeks ago we were enjoying celebrating Endangered Species Day, but at the Columbus Zoo, it's Endangered Species Day every day.
Every day.
We want to make sure people know about these beautiful animals. The reason why they call them clouded leopards is because of this beautiful coat. It almost looks like clouds.
I can see why.
And they're found in Southeast Asia. And it's a leopard, but one of the smallest of the leopards, right? And they're found in trees, and you can see them in the jungles of Southeast Asia. It's really hard to tell how many we actually have left in the wild. I've heard numbers from 1,000 to less than 10,000, but it's so tough because the places where they live, it's hard to find them, hard to see them. But unfortunately, it's the reason why they're highly endangered is due to habitat destruction and human-wildlife conflict. So people are hunting them for their coat. And so what we do at all of our AZA zoos and aquariums, we talk about endangered species and how people can help.
Now this, in particular, this clouded leopard, this is a couple months old, maybe, right now?
That's right.
She's cute, adorable. I can grab her and pet her and hold her. But how big do these things get? 'Cause
Yeah,
I think leopard. I think that's dangerous.
Well, the males will get much bigger than the females, and they can get into the 60 pounds. So that doesn't sound like a lot, but you're also talking about an animal that has huge, it's a carnivore, so it has huge canines, and they're known to be eating monkeys and birds, and they're climbing and going around the forest.
Sarah Johnson is wondering if you happen to know how many miles per hour can a baby leopard run?
Yeah, so the leopards aren't known for running very, very fast. Now they can go, if they're really taking off, they can go 30 to 40 miles an hour, but they're not known for that. That's our friend the cheetah.
Yeah, well, it's coming up soon, so make sure to stick around.
So, but the leopard, they're known more for the stealth of their hunt. So they're going to stay real quiet. They're either going to be in the trees waiting for a reptile or a bird or a monkey to pass by, or they're in the tall grass and they're just waiting for that opportunity to jump. They have powerful paws, very sharp claws, very, very large teeth.
The paws almost look outsized for her. It's almost like they're going to grow into it.
Out
almost.
of all the cats in the world, they can open their mouth the largest, and they have very, very long canines when they get older.
It's one of my favorite episodes ever. We've had the penguins earlier, we just had a clouded leopard, and now a cheetah coming on the way. And oh baby, here she is.
Yeah, so this
Meet Izzy, right?
Yeah, so Brian
and
Green
also
here.
Brian Green
Yeah,
as well.
that's right. And this to me is just absolutely amazing. Now listen, she's purring. Can you hear it?
Get the mic as close as you can.
Oh my goodness.
Is that are we in danger or is that normal? Is that
a
natural?
purr is saying, I am so happy. She's going to get comfortable here. And the thing that I love about cheetahs, they're the fastest land mammal in the world. Think about going on onto the highway and traveling 65 miles an hour. Well, that cheetah can actually pass you going nearly 70 miles an hour.
Wow.
It's amazing. So they're built aerodynamically. Their big tail is actually flat, and their body, their long, long legs, and you know, even though this is a big cat, it's an actual small cat, but it's a big cat when you talk about a male getting up over 100 pounds. They're light-bodied, and they really can run very fast. But you've got a great shot right now of the face. So let's talk about this. This is a diurnal animal, not a nocturnal animal. So that means they're active during the day. Well, they actually have those black little stripes right by their eyes, and it reduces the glare. Just like we see some of
like
our
eye black in baseball or something.
You got
right?
it. So that's what they have. It's built in for them, so they're able to look across the savanna. They're not found in jungles. They're found in Africa in the grasslands, and they're hunting during the day. They're a solitary animal, but if mom's with babies, they'll work together and they'll try to get to the highest point to look over, and they're trying to find a gazelle, or maybe they'll try to find a impala, and then they go for the hunt, and it's going to be fast. The other thing that I love about it is we've had this slow motion camera, and we're watching their eyes. They never take their eyes off of their prey. They have special vertebrae in their necks to be able to move as fast as they can, but their eyes stay directly on either that lure or on the prey that they're going after. Believe it or not, there's less than 7,000 cheetahs remaining in Africa.
Oh my gosh.
This is an animal that we saw.
That's crazy.
It is, and we have to stop it. So how we do is we focus on conservation in action. We want to help the conservationists out in the wild. We want to help the locals because we realize that they don't want to hurt the cheetah. They just can't have their livestock taken away from them. So it's all about coexistence. It's all about working together and making sure people know how we can help them.
Well, this was awesome. Tom, thank you so much for swinging by. Let the people know again, we talked about at the top of the show, invest in the nest. But what else can they do in terms of helping these animals? And like you say, these ambassadors, we want them around as much and as healthy as possible. What can everyone do watching at home?
So the best thing to do is you go to aza.org and you click on the SAFE button, which is Saving Animals from Extinction, SAFE. We are focusing on 10 species. Cheetah's one, The penguin's another. And it's an opportunity for us to give back and support conservation and sustainability. So that's what it's all about. When we talk about why zoos and aquariums matter, it's about investing in conservation and education and inspiring people to care. So thanks for having me on today.
And thanks to our black-footed penguin and our clouded leopard and our adorable Izzy the cheetah. So Tom, thanks. This was awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Amazing.
Absolute pleasure. And thanks to Cassie for reading all your comments.
Oh,
Thank you so
sure.
much. And I'm going to go take a nap now, I think, too, with this cheetah. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.